For nearly a century, the story of the world was people trying to get into the United States. It was the land of the white picket fence and the upwardly mobile middle class. But look around, it's February 2026, and the story has flipped. A recent Harris poll found that nearly half of Gen Z and millennials have seriously considered packing their bags and leaving the US for good. Too. We aren't just talking about a few backpackers. We're talking about a brain drain of young professionals, families, and remote workers. The American dream hasn't just decided that it can afford the rent anymore. Today, we're looking at the Great American Exodus, why everyone is leaving, where they're going, and what happens to a country when its youngest generation starts looking for the exit. It really comes down to a math problem that no one can seem to solve. In 2026, the median home price in the US has hit a level that makes ownership a complete fantasy for the average earner. When you factor in 6% mortgage rates and skyrocketing property insurance, staying in your hometown starts to feel like a bad investment. Enter the digital nomad visa. Over 50 countries now offer them. Why pay $3,000 a month for a studio in a rainy city when you can pay $800 for a villa in Portugal or a modern apartment in Mexico City for a worker making $70,000 a year? You're struggling in America, but you're wealthy in Tokyo or Madrid. People are realizing that their American salary has a lot more power once it crosses an ocean. In 2026, your quality of life isn't determined by how hard you work, but by where your IP address is located. Then there's the shift in how we work. The 9-to-5 is a relic. In 2026, the trend is polyworking, holding down 2 or 3 remote roles at once. But if you're working 60 hours a week on a laptop, the walls of a tiny apartment start to feel like a cage. This exodus is fueled by a quest for agency. Americans are tired of the hustle culture that yields no reward. They're removing to places where healthcare doesn't lead to bankruptcy and where public transit actually works. They're trading the American grind for a lifestyle that prioritizes time over status. We're seeing a massive relocation of talent to the blue zones, places where people live longer, stress less, and actually know their neighbors. Turns out, the pursuit of happiness is a lot easier when you are unspending half your life in traffic. But let us be real, the grass isn't always greener on the other side of the border. Leaving the US is becoming a lot harder than the TikTok vlogs make it look. In 2026, we're seeing a global backlash against expat gentrification. From Lisbon to Mexico City, locals are protesting as American dollars drive up their rents. 2. Governments are responding. Portugal has ended its most popular visa programs, and Japan has introduced new taxes for foreign remote workers. Then there's the loneliness tax. Moving abroad means being thousands of miles away from your support system. When things go wrong, health scare, or a family emergency, that ocean between you and home feels a lot wider. The exodus is a solution for some, but for others, it's just trading one set of problems for another. So, is America losing its spark, or is this just the new global reality? As we head further into 2026, the definition of home is becoming more fluid than ever. The US is facing a crossroads. Either find a way to make the American dream affordable again, or watch as its most creative minds find that dream somewhere else. What about you? If you could take your job and move to any country tomorrow, would you go? Or is the US still the land of opportunity for you? Let's get a debate going in the comments. And if you want to stay updated on the trends changing our world, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.